But the looks shiny to me.
Alright, we back in this Mammer Chamber. Welcome. What is going on? I am your host, Ricky Spanish, aka Ricardo Spaniard, aka the Dom Dada himself, clocking in and out of the shift just to clock into another one. Hey, and you are back here with another episode of the Busted Up Podcast. I believe episode 19 or 20. 19 or 20. All right. And we are back here just another day of loving life. Back here with you fine people. Communication, alliteration, and things that rhyme. Anyway, I had something on my mind. I ain't gonna lie. I like to believe I'm an upstanding citizen. You know, I like to believe that when I go out into the world, I make it a little bit better. At least I try to leave it that way. You know, leave it better than you found it. I like to believe that I'm a functioning member of society. You know, I contribute. Hey. I put into the pot. Maybe not the same quantity, but I'll dabble, you know, like. And I say that to say that with that, I understand that there's some variables within our society that might not be as highly functioning or, you know, as active in the community as one would like, right? Let's say, for example, the homeless. All right. Now, my personal belief, you know, everybody has a situation or moments in life where they can go through something and be down in the dumps and just have their luck all twisted around topsy-turvy. All right, that can happen to anybody. God will do it to you. It can happen to anybody. All right. And there is no shame in that. There is no shame in at one point being homeless and having at some point needing help. There's no shame in that. Everybody goes through something where we could need some assistance, and that's fine, right? I guess for me, what my issue is, with my I have aversion, because one thing about giving, you should give without thought. You know what I mean? Like, whoever needs, you know, you should be able to give. I don't have no aversion, you know, if a homeless asks me for money, you know. I'd like to give them money, you know, because at a certain point you have some empathy. I mean, I don't know about you ever seen a homeless person in the freezing cold, just in the cold with no shelter? Like, a shelter is a basic human right? Basic human necessity and a right. So when you come across a homeless person that doesn't have that, something so basic, so common, at least for our more fortunate counterparts, that when you see someone experiencing homelessness, it fucks with you a little bit. It deteriorates a hopeful and joyful part of your mind that someone somewhere out there is living like this, right? Whether it be homeless, whether it be lack of food, lack of clothing, whatever it is, it just sucks seeing anybody go through lack, right? With that being said, I recently had an experience that really conflicted me. I mean, it rocked me to my core, so to speak. And it was of a homeless man that was at a light, just walking the path just to see if anybody would give him money. You know what I'm saying? If anybody had anything that they could share, just please. You know what I'm saying? It was that kind of vibe. Like I said, I have no problem giving to anyone who's in need. But this particular homeless person, right? And I don't know if this is bad to say. This particular homeless person didn't really seem like they needed what they were asking for. Like, all right, nothing, all right, because anybody can go through the dumps. But if it's a homeless, that has a certain look. That has a look. You know what I mean? Whether it be, your clothes a little bit dingy or you're a little bit, ungroomed, or there's a slight scent, a slight aroma to you that may not be as pleasant on first smell, But there are usually indicators to help you get to the conclusion that someone is less fortunate than you, right? When they ask for money, hey, I'm not even going to think about it. You need it? Here. Cool. If I have it, I'll give it. But this one gentleman, I don't know, he just looked a little bit too fly for me. Like, he looked a little bit too put together to be asking for money as if he was homeless. And I'm not saying he was masquerading as homeless. I'm just saying he looked a little bit too fresh. I wanted to ask him for $1. Like, I just got out of this shift, so I'm look bummy, I look dusty, like my hair's all frizzled, frazzled. I should be asking you. And I had a hard time with that, what was that, a conviction, that conviction. Because on one hand, yes, you should help whoever is in need, regardless of what your beliefs is. Before, I used to think, damn, I don't want to give this person money because I don't want them to use it on drugs. I don't want them to go spend it on some shit they don't need. At the end of the day, it's not up to you. If you're going to be in a position of helping, right, then do that. It ain't for you to dictate how that help should be spent or what you should do or how they should. If somebody needed $1 and that was a part of several dollars that they collected throughout the day to buy a fucking, I don't know, a dime, just to alleviate some of the stress that they could be going through dealing with a situation like homelessness, then it's like, yo, dude, do whatever you got to do to like feel good in like just with the circumstances. Obviously, you want them to. Excuse me. Obviously, you want them to, find a better path, and a path that you could feel some sort of contribution to them, uplifting themselves in life. You want to be a part of that. And so I used to think, no, unless they do this, that, but it's not up to me to decide. I can't decide that shit. People gonna do what they want. And if you're really trying to help, then you'll just provide the action of you helping and then allow them to move the fuck accordingly with however they deem fit. Well, see, this person that I'm referring to, they had like a jersey on. They had some like camos on. And dare I say, if my eyes don't deceive me, there's some like J's, I think some 5s on or something like that. No laces tied, tongue out, like he's mocking me, asking me for $1. And what's funny is that the way that this particular gentleman asked for $1 is that he's very animated in his face, but it's like it'll like, all right. My window could be closed, and he'll go up to every car that's in like at the light, and it'll be like, he'll hold up $1 that he already has, and be like, and I'm like, all right, cool. So he's real animated, like, oh. As soon as you tell him no, and then moves on, right? The thing is that he was fresh to the T. He was too fresh for me to feel good about me helping someone. Wait, hold up. I don't know if that's some narcissistic shit. But the gentleman masquerading as homeless, right? He looked too good, too well dressed, too well put together. At least in the parameters of homelessness, right? He looked too good and clean and groomed for me to feel good about giving this gentleman $1 in the under the guise that he needs help. So I ain't feel the best about it. I wasn't like here, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't give it to him. I didn't mind giving it to him. But I did feel an aversion to it. All right. And I had to wrestle with that. I was like, God, is that like what saved me, all right, as he was approaching my window was the light turned green. Right. So, you know, that little thing that people this is gonna sound bad. But you know that little thing that people do to like act like they look busy when somebody try to get their attention, like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's the weather. Oh. Huh? And then I was doing all types of that. I was like, dang, Nelly, is it about to rain? Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, that lady crazy. And for some reason, I don't know. Every single time that happens to me in that situation, because it always feels awkward. Like I like to do it on a humbug. If I see a homeless waiting and I got $1 on me or something, I like to get their attention. I'm so tired today. I'm so tired today. Anyway, I like to get their attention, you know, beep beep, and they come over, and then, you know, oh my God, thank you, of course, man, to take care. But it's different when they like already waiting there, like when they already waiting at the light, and they kind of like look at you. Don't make me laugh. And it's your turn, and they just there like, do you have any money? Spare some change. I could really use it. Spare some change. And that's that awkward shit that makes you want to look away. You staring at my soul right there, and I got it, but you making it weird. It's like when you like, I don't know, when you pick up a hooker in GTA, and then y'all get through your act and whatever, and she try to charge you. I'm like, oh my, you making this weird now. Like, it could have been cool, it could have been whoop-de-whoop, but now you doing something that this ain't like you, stripper bitch from fucking 49th. What are you doing right now? Anyway, that was my whole experience with the homeless. I see him quite, you know, usually, so I feel like at this point I'm giving this nigga a salary. But support your homeless, your local homeless. Support all the homeless. Support anybody who could just, because shit could happen to anybody. That's the thing. It's like, it's not like one of those things that you be like, oh, you gotta get on your shit. Blah 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 blah. Woo. Obviously, if you're in that position, there are probably some missteps that you have taken, but it's also one of those things that is not totally in your control unless it is. So I do give grace to like people in those situations. It's a fucked up situation to be in, yo. It's fucked, yo. I'll be like, I don't know. Cry for my mom or something if I was at home. I'm like, Mom, what the heck? Yo. Hey, listen. I truly believe, yo. It's however great you can really reflect or put, however great you can imprint your, what do I want to say? However greatly you can imprint your print on the world. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but whatever your impact is in the world, you gotta know that whatever's to come back for you is tenfold. So if you're a piece of shit, expect pieces of shit back. You know, if you're a good person and had a bad stroke of luck, it's just gearing you up for something much more greater. The due diligence is in the patience, is in the faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of the times us as humans, we come across these ideas, these grand ideas that we can have for ourselves, this vision that we can have for ourselves in our life, and not ever truly realizing that maybe we aren't the people yet to bring those realities to life. You know, it sounds good now, but a lot of the journey, I feel, well, especially with me, is that there was so many big boy plans and life changing endeavors that I had and planned in mind that, truth be told, I wasn't the man I probably needed to be to execute any of that shit. I wasn't where I needed to be to say, hey, this type of responsibility, you could lean that on me. You could delegate that on me, because you mean, and it's not like you don't want to never be down on the dumps on yourself, but it's just one of those things you gotta be honest, is if you ain't somewhere, you just ain't there. Now there's a method to get there, but that whole fake it till you make it shit, that only works if you have a very crisp idea of where you want to make it to. You know, like, I don't know, just do your best to like really put out into the world what you are, what you exude. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, believe it or not, some people's role. All right, that's not true. Hold on. I was going to say some people's role is to be a piece of shit, right? Because what that does is it helps other people who interact with you to gauge a little bit about themselves or other things regarding other people's characters or how they just want to. I think the negative aspects of people's character are helpful and essential to other people's growth. You know, because you got to go through some shit to elevate, right? And a part of elevating is dealing with everyday people who you may not be on the best accord with or give off a totally different vibe than what you give off. That's absolutely necessary. You need contrasting opinions and contrasting motherfucking ideologies to really go on and understand it. I can't have no yes men around me. I don't even fuck with y'all niggas. No yes man talking about something. Like I couldn't imagine having a friend that I could call a friend that was a yes man. Like, if my friends can't tell me about myself if I'm on some shit, like 9 times out of 25, I'm never on some shit. But the times that I am, if I don't got that friend to delegate and be like, yo, dog, you tripping, you like woo. You need contrasting personalities and opinions sometimes. Not a contrarian. You shouldn't agree on everything with someone you respect. It's like the same way. That's like, because it don't really test nothing. It don't really prove nothing. Like, all right, for example, it's like a man who says, "Yo, I'm faithful. I'm mad loyal. I never cheated." On paper, that sound and look good, right? But how much does it mean, or how much weight do those words have when you follow that by saying, I mean, yeah, I never had someone tempt me while I was in a relationship, or I could never get a girlfriend. I was never with nobody to just shit that you haven't been through the proper test to really dictate if you're this kind of person or not. You gotta be in the jungle. You mean, while you loyal to your girl and or married, you gotta be in the jungle where the Leviathans is out. And they out there and they trying to get your attention. Like, oh, what you doing? Oh my God, what you do? Oh my God, you got a girlfriend? Yes, I'm married, madam. Unhand me, heathen. Get away from me, Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I ain't no cheater and then no one has ever come up to you and tempted you, because you wasn't really tested nothing. Like, I can say I'm the smartest person in the world. It's a statement. But unless I'm tried and tested to it, it can't be true. You know what I'm saying? I am though. I ain't never cheated before in my life. And a lot of people don't believe that. And I don't know why. I've never cheated before in my life. I always knew the significance of the respect needed for the sanctity of a relationship. Even when I wasn't in one. You know what I mean? Like, I was never the type of guy to go after the I means. One, because I was shy. Yeah, true, fine, cool. But also because I wasn't really trying to get my energy every which way. It wasn't necessary. I wasn't on that type time. I ain't mad at nobody who is, but I think it's very important to find out who you be early. Because then, if you find out who you are early enough, then the rest of the time is just fine-tuning or revamping what's already there, as opposed to like this facade of a person you try to carry out and it don't get exposed until like a fucking dire situation or whatever the fuck happens, you know. That makes you wake up and say, this ain't me, this ain't who I am, this ain't what I want to be, this ain't what I'm about. I want to fix this, I want to change, I want to improve, I want to do some other shit that maybe ain't this. Did I rap yet? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick freestyle, yo. Real quick. Wait. Oh. Alright, well, that wasn't it. Nope. And it is your boy, Ricky Spanish, a.k.a. Ricardo Spanish, a.k.a. the Dom Dada himself, about to hit you with a 5 freestyle. Now, you know the rules of the freestyle. We must look up a word, and the word has to... Matter of fact, no, we're going to look up a phrase, because doing the word thing is too hard for me. It's hard. Alright, whatever. Fuck it. We're just going to do this. We're going to go off a phrase that, I don't know, let's see. A phrase from Family Guy. Boy, that Italian family sure is quiet. Alright, bet, let's go. I said, look, pick up a book. I said, look, boy, that Italian family sure is quiet. I can't deny it. They bring me a rule book. I open it up and spit in the first page and just defy it. Wait. All right, bet. Let's keep going. Defy it. I eat these beets for breakfast. I'm on a specific diet. If the establishment and government keeps pushing its citizens to the brink of desperation and death, we might have to go on a riot. Yeah, man, come on. I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Oh, come on, man. Y'all too crazy. Listen, hey, man, listen. I never said this shit was nice. I said it was a fucking segment. All right. So y'all gonna look at me like shit because I ain't bringing the heat. Listen, all right. Fuck y'all. I'm trying my darndest. You know how hard it is to find me. I'm a podcast. All right, whatever. It's a segment. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get better. I said, look, I'm about to record in the stew. I don't know what to do. What's the sky color? It's blue. Green is the money of money. If I didn't laugh at myself, I'd cry. Yo, fuck, I'm tired of shit today, but we showed up, man. Hey, man, listen. It's your boy, Ricky Spanish, a.k.a. Ricardo Spanish, a.k.a. the Dom Dada himself. And this has been episode 19 or 20 of the Bust It Up podcast. And I am your host. And we'll be back next week for some more fun. I don't even know. I'm going to get some topics because I feel like I should have some actual shit to talk about. I'm going to find some shit I'm interested in and bring it. See what I can do. I'm gonna bring like 3 topics. Then what? What you gonna do then? Then what? Listen. Also remember, God loves you. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Accept Him into your heart. as your Lord and Savior, and everything will come together. Seek the kingdom of God, and everything else will follow. Alright, y'all know what it is. I love y'all. I'm out this man pajama. You know what it is. You know what it is. Oh, what's that one song? Oh, fuck it. Alright. I'm about to dip. But, damn, I try to find my phone. I can't find that. But, alright. I'm really out this time. Next week, don't worry. We're going to come back with some shit. I'm finding my groove right now. I'm finding my groove, my little pocket, my little pickpocket. Don't worry. I'm going to make it better and improve. That's all it is. A little bit of improvement. It's been real. It's your boy, Ricky Spanish, a.k.a. Ricardo Spanish, a.k.a. Dom Dada. Love y'all niggas. Deuce.